Hello beautiful ones, welcome back to my channel. It is so wonderful to see you here. I have a really exciting topic to talk with you about today. I am going to give you a step-by-step guide to upgrade your life, level up your life in just 30 days or 4 weeks. I'm gonna break it down for you. And I'm so excited because I have actually put this into practice in my own life. I'm using my project management skills, and I think you are really going to love it, especially if you are someone who has been sort of sitting around on some goals. You've been doing all the research, you've been in maybe analysis paralysis mode, and you are just ready to take action and you're ready to see your life change. Before I get started, I have a couple of things. I want to introduce myself to those of you who are new. My name is Leisha, and I've been documenting my personal level up journey here on YouTube since 2020. I have been sharing my transformation of embracing elegance and femininity and really taking that to level up my life. I am a wife of almost 7 years and also a mother to a 1.5-year-old. This is my real journey, and I invite you to join me here each week. Please subscribe. I can't wait to dive in, but really quickly, I have to give BetterHelp a huge thank you for sponsoring this video. It really means a lot to me. I have been using therapy since 2016 to really especially help me through the big transitions in life. In 2016, I got married, and here recently, I have become a mother. I have a 1.5-year-old, and therapy has really helped me to get through those experiences and those transitions in a very positive manner. Not only that, but I use therapy to help me manage a positive mental health and stability on a daily basis. Regardless if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human who lives in this world and is going through a hard time with something, therapy truly can give you the tools to approach your life in a different way. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out just a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. I have been doing therapy sessions with them for actually over a year now, and it has become so much more convenient, so much more accessible. I don't have to commute to see my therapist in an office. Especially as a busy mom now, I can just sit down and get some therapy. It is easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. There's a link in my description. It's betterhelp.com/Leisha. Clicking that link helps to support this channel, but it also gets you 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. That way you can connect with a therapist, see if it helps you. I always look forward to meeting with my therapist, and I consider her a part of my level up team. That way I can keep myself going and my sanity intact. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in my description below or visit betterhelp.com/Leisha. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this channel. Now let's dive in. I hope that you have your notebooks out or you've got something here that you can take notes with, because this is going to be a very action-packed video, things that you can actually do and put into practice. And I don't want you to forget. It helps me a lot to write things down, and also it helps me if I save a video. So give this video a thumbs up so you can come back to it easily, and you can use it to walk you through and encourage you through these upcoming weeks that you are working towards your goal. I also have a link in the description for a free calendar template. I have one that is available for Notion. I am in love with Notion. It has completely been like my other half of my brain that I've lost since motherhood has taken a hold on me. And I also have a printable calendar if you prefer having something like that as well, or you can use both. Sometimes it's great to have a visual up there where you sit down every day, and sometimes I do enjoy having the easy access to a calendar in my phone. I've really switched over to that. So again, those are in my description. If you want to use something to stay focused and keep track, highly encourage that. Before you get started with the first week, please decide on a clear goal and a spending amount, okay? So those are very important things. The goal needs to be very clear. It needs to be reasonable, as does your spending amount, okay? So I am notorious for being overly ambitious sometimes, but please be reasonable. I totally understand where you're coming from. So think about what is something that will make a big difference for you in leveling up your life, but is still a reasonable achievement within 30 days, okay? You could be breaking down your big yearly goal here. We still have half the year to go if you're watching this at the time of upload. And so you can achieve something big if you break it down into this step-by-step guide that I'm going to give you. Your timeline is so important to your success, and so take this part seriously, okay? I also really like the SMART acronym for goals. So that is a specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely goal, okay? And I'm going to give you an example that I actually did over the past month where I put this into practice. If you have been around and seen me uploading some YouTube shorts recently, I really had to break this down. I don't know if that is something that everyone can easily understand as a goal, but I did have to do this exact strategy and it really worked for me. I took it back to my project management career days and applied all of those skills to my ability to get this done. And I'm very, very proud of the work. I also think that just for everyone's ease of understanding, fitness is a goal that is applicable to everyone, I think, across all stages of life. So whether you're a career girly, whether you are a student still, or you are married with kids, or you are retired even, this is, fitness is a goal that I think we can all understand too. So I'll give you examples along the way so it's easy to understand. Ask questions in the comments below though if you need. Okay, so let's say I was going to start with a specific goal in the fitness realm. I want to increase my strength by 25%. This can be calculated based on my current amount of weight that I lift. I also want to reduce fat percentage by 10%. I can take my current fat measurement and I can put a number on that, reduced by 10%, right? So for M, measurable, I can record each session of my workouts and track that over 4 weeks. It needs to be measurable. And then achievable. So this 25% number, 10% number, that's something that I feel like is achievable in 30 days. I feel very confident about that, but it does challenge me a little bit. I would be proud to have achieved that in 30 days as well. So that is important to consider. And then for keeping it realistic, I'm not aiming to do a big fitness show by the end of this 30 days unless that falls into where I am with my fitness plan. I am not trying to fit into my jeans from 9th grade here. I mean, this is something realistic for me that I can, again, be confident in achieving. And then timely, I can put this on a timeline for 30 days. Okay, so that's the timeline that I'm setting and I am going to do my best to stick to it. Week 1, this is going to be either considered your prep week or you can use this week as starting your actual 4 weeks, okay? Which, depending on your goal, then you'll have to sort of fit in the action part of it into 3 weeks versus 4 weeks. So keep that in mind. So we're going to take this week, we're going to get organized and we're going to gather resources. I recently took that step back from YouTube, and one of the biggest things I needed to spend time on was getting organized and becoming more efficient in my day-to-day life. So decluttering, go room by room, declutter things from your home, from your workspace, from your purse, from your closet, everything, and then reorganize the things that you've kept. This gives you such a greater ability to focus, to think clearly. We really underestimate the power of having a minimized space and a clean space to work in. You're not gonna be rummaging through junk in your desk drawer. You're not gonna be struggling to figure out where your clean gym clothes are. You're not going to be looking through old makeup in your makeup bag. I mean, you're going to feel more elegant living in this environment, and that can be such a huge motivation and factor in getting yourself going towards your goal every day. A little word for those of you who feel overwhelmed by this and don't want to do this step. Stick to just a week to do this. Gather your resources, prioritize a few areas, okay? I would just pick these few areas. Your closet. I actually have a video about letting go of items from your closet that I'll link in the description below. Your workspace, make sure you declutter that either at your job or at home, wherever you sit down every day. And then your makeup cabinet or just your area where you get ready. Make sure that this feels really good to be in, essentially. And those are just a few spaces. They're what I call high impact spaces for your day, that if they are poorly organized and cluttered and dirty, you're not gonna really look as forward to getting up for the day and going about your schedule with efficiency, okay? I also prioritize my pantry and laundry space for something like this fitness example because I'm going to be spending a lot of time with meals and doing my gym laundry, right? A quick word on gathering resources because that is also an important part of your prep, right? We need to have all the things at our fingertips to really take action and go. What I like to do is block some time each day to either go to the store or go online to order any items that you need pertaining to your 30-day goal. I also had blocks for research where before I really started going, and I spent maybe a day just kind of gathering up a list of what I needed to perform my goal. So fitness as the example, I might need to gather a list of some equipment I might need to add if I'm working out from home, or some new outfits, or I might need to make a meal list, which is really important, right? So think about that and make sure you're blocking out a little bit of time each day. I did this during nap times, and then sometimes I would do this before I went to bed at night. Additionally, you will need something to track your progress in, right? I have been using Notion, like I said, I love it so much. There is an amazing capability within Notion to track your habits and your goals. And so I've been using that daily with my app and also on my desktop, so that I can sit down. It has been wonderful. Like I said, I will share a template in the description below that will get you started with this 30-day goal. Before we end this first week of our plan, consider having a friend to have as an accountability partner, someone that you can share a common goal with, or just a common effort. Maybe their goal is different. You ladies are both making an effort to get something done. Make sure that you consider also having a mentor. Maybe you already have a mentor, or you have someone in mind that you just have been meaning to ask to help you with a goal in your level up journey, and now is the time to ask them. If you've been waiting for a sign that you need to say something to them, this is your sign. It can really, really make a difference, especially if you think that your goal is a little bit of uncharted territory. All right, with all of that done for prep, gathered resources, step 2 or week 2, we are going to start taking our action this week. You should be laying out everything to make it easier in order for you to get going. This is really where the proof meets the pudding, and this is going to set the stage for the rest of your month. Make sure that you're taking notes and tracking everything. So in my fitness example, I have picked the workout plan, I've scheduled my gym time in my calendar, my classes are all signed up for on the week. I have my app on my phone that's going to help me get up out of bed in the morning, because that might be something that I need to change a habit in order to get this done. And I also have contingency plans for the week. So if I can't get up in the morning, for example, I'm going to go on my lunch break to work out. I've also decided that to motivate myself further, I have organized my workout clothes in my closet to look pretty, to be presentable. And when I walk in there in the morning, I'm going to be so excited to pick out what to wear. I'm going to look so good at the gym. I have my meals planned. My groceries have already been ordered. I'm going to quickly pick them up. I know exactly how much time it's going to take me to make breakfast and other meals. So again, this is just my example. You can see where I've laid the groundwork. This is a very important part before you jump into your week, that you know what you're going to be spending your time on and how you're going to do it. Each day of this week, track your progress, take notes. This is the measurable aspect of setting a SMART goal. Journaling helps me with goals so much. I keep a journal. It's around here somewhere on my desk. Here it is. I keep a journal every day. You could also, again, track in Notion. You could write down some notes on each day about how you're feeling, or just some things that worked, things that did not work. Check off that you did your session. In this fitness example, I can also note down my weight that I lifted for the day. My point is that you need to have a tool for tracking your achievement every single day, because the days matter when you're on a 4-week schedule. Lastly, pick a day of the week that you will have a rest day. You can also use this rest day to have a weekly reflection. So some questions that I ask myself in a weekly reflection, I ask what went well, what do I need to change? Maybe I missed a session because my daughter randomly got sick at kids club and I had to go pick her up or something. So what kind of plan could I put in place so that I avoid missing an entire block of time that I'm working on my goal? A whole fitness session in the gym where I can make sure that I don't miss that. I try to minimize that risk. Another aspect of this, keeping notes on your rest day, I want you to make sure that for the week coming up, you've got your plan in place as well. So whatever you noted that went well, whatever you noted that didn't work, make sure that you adjust your action plan for week 3, because again, we want to be prepared. We want to go into our week feeling like we know what we are going to be doing. We're going to execute, right? Lastly, I think that it is also very important to implement self-care practices, okay? So I might go get a massage if I'm lifting heavy weights, I want to reduce soreness. Recovery time is actually essential to my goal, right? I need to give my body time to recuperate. I might want to go and spend some time just taking my daughter to the beach and not even worrying about my goal, having that time that fills up my cup that I truly enjoy and look forward to. Make sure you put in that self-care time. Make sure that it is somewhat, it can be related to your goal or it can be totally separate. I really like to try and separate myself. I like to try and enjoy things more now than I did when I was just in strict, I gotta get everything going mode. So make sure that you do that. It's very important as ladies. We've arrived at the next week. This is going to be another week that we are executing this next stage of our goal, okay? Make sure that you are continuing to show up consistently, okay? If something happens that throws you off of the path, just get going the next day. Take that note. Keep going the next day. Stick with your meal plan, stick with your workout routine, stick with your self-care routine, your makeup routine, whatever it is that you are working on implementing, try and get to that next day. This week is going to be the true test of whether or not you're going to be seeing your goal come to fruition the way that you envisioned, right? You'll be able to look at your progress and you should see, okay, I am 3/4 of the way to that end goal that I had. For example, with fitness and lifting weights, I'm going to see, all right, I'm at 3/4 of that 25% increase that I was planning on having. Refresh your mindset this week if you need to. Make sure that you find something that makes you feel really happy and positive, especially if things have not been going your way and you're just already saying to yourself, why bother? Why did I decide to do this? This is just, so hard. I want you to evaluate where your mindset is and reset that. Week 4, the final week, we're in the home stretch of reaching our goal here. And I remember, for the example of when I was planning out to upload a YouTube short for 30 days, I looked at my bank of YouTube shorts and I thought, okay, this is going to happen. I have done it. I have stuck to my time. I've managed my time. I've managed my plan very well. You should be seeing yourself being able to hit the goal. Or if you're not, just readjust. What is a secondary goal that you could be hitting right now? Have you made some progress? Okay. Make sure that you touch base with your mentor, you touch base with your accountability partner, your therapist. Okay. Maybe you see your therapist once a month. Make sure you're letting your spouse or your significant other know, hey, I am in crunch mode right now towards this goal. It's almost the end of my month and I am just really trying to focus right now. My husband and I communicate on this, and I usually try to let him know in advance when I first kind of started my plan. But the last week especially, or the last few days where I've really got to get something done and I know I'm so close, I give him a heads up and he usually helps me out. It can be hard to admit sometimes that you need help with something, but I think it can be very beneficial and it will help you get over that home stretch. This may be the first time that you have actually said, okay, I am going to take action on this goal that I've had in my mind that I have been just keeping as an idea, and it's been really wanting to come to fruition in my life. You've got to recognize that taking the action is the biggest step that you can make, because now you've learned, now you are able to evaluate, okay, where am I at? What was I able to accomplish? What were my strengths, my weaknesses? And you learn from that and you tweak and you keep going. Early on in my journey, I decided on how I would approach things personally for me. And, it was really easy to get distracted, to compare myself to a lot of other women out there who were sharing online too. And there's so many different types of elegance, affluence, different lifestyles that women are living in this modern time, right? But I had to stay on my own page and remember that, this was me against myself, essentially. Okay. So try and focus on the progress that you made, even if it was just that you took the first week of action and something chaotic may have happened, but you decided to keep going. I want you to celebrate at the end of this month, no matter what, and give yourself a massage, go to a spa day, take yourself to do something special that you've been wanting to do, go to that nice restaurant you've noticed, and enjoy it. Just enjoy it. You can take this strategy of a 30-day plan or a 4-week plan and start it anytime. It does not have to be just at the beginning of a month, right? You could get going the next month. You could use your calendar to track that process. Again, I created this plan because a few months ago, I was really feeling like my life was so chaotic and out of control, and I didn't have the space anymore to enjoy what I'd already accomplished, and I, let alone, did not have the space to continue to meet some new goals that I had really had in my heart for a long time, and just was not able to find the mental space or just the actual time in my day to sit down and do. So that is part of me being able to show up here again and record this video, is that I have set this up and put it into practice, and I'm so glad I did, because I love making these videos. I love being able to continue my fitness plan. I love being able to make sure that I am doing my makeup routine and self-care every week. So you can apply this across a lot of different areas in life. You want to make sure that, you know, you have at least organized your space and you have a clean space that you can live in and exist in every day, right? My last word here is that things do not have to be perfect for you to take action, okay? In fact, sometimes it is better to just take the action, not knowing if it's going to go well, and learn from that, because you're going to do better over the long term. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this 30 days could make up the next 6 months, right, of a larger plan, of a larger goal that you have. Think about that, you know? I wanted to go ahead and wrap this video up now. Please give this a thumbs up so that I know you like to see content like this from me. Don't forget to subscribe, because I do have some more exciting things coming up for this channel I am looking forward to. And I also have lots more content on my channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and browse that. I'll leave some playlists linked on the screen. Don't forget to check that description for the discount to BetterHelp. It's betterhelp.com/Leisha for 10% off your first month. Thanks again for watching and for being here, being a part of my journey. I'll see you next time. Bye.